SacTech. I want to believe that if every one of us are present now, we are about to start the program now. The seminar that we promised all this while to have held, but due to one reason or the other, we are unable to carry out. Time is now that we have to hold this meeting. So, good morning, everyone. I want to formally welcome you to the seminar or the webinar, as it is said, because we are holding it virtually. So, my name is Saka Sharif Alade. I am the founder of SacTech Computer, Sharif Din Assalam Communication Technology. So, if you are just seeing this platform for the first time, this is not the first time we are holding an online or virtual meeting. But I want to believe that every one of us that have, in one way or the other, attended a seminar before, you know what you should expect and you know what you are aiming, your aim or your goal, your set objectives for that particular meeting. So this one will not be a different one. But the only thing that is that may be different is that the type of meeting you have attended before might be a physical meeting. That is, you attended a meeting where people meet and see each other one on one physically. But in this case, we are meeting virtually, that is, through our phones or through our laptop. One of the things I want to formally, inform you about is that I would like you to follow this presentation with keen interest, that you want to gain something about ICT or virtual learning or e-learning. As it is now, most of us, we are teachers. If you are a teacher in this particular country, Nigeria, and you want to be relevant, you want to remain relevant in this profession, you have to upgrade yourself. What I mean upgrade yourself, you have to be up and doing by engaging or acquiring new skills. And what is the type of skill that we are talking about? The skill we are talking about is it has to do with the skill whereby you acquire knowledge that is different from the old version or the old ones that you have acquired before, that are not too relevant in this era. You have to take the bull by the horn by trying to get new idea on how to inculcate knowledge or teach your students using different types of tools or medium or platforms. Example, many of us, we have been teaching with what is it called, chalk and on the blackboard, but now we now have a situation whereby we teach by using white board, that is the white marker, the whiteboard and markers. So there are some people that they have to like maybe learn a particular way of using the marker or the way they want to use the whiteboard. So it has to be, you graduate from the whiteboard and the blackboard and chalk to you using whiteboard and marker. So the same thing, there are some people from that whiteboard and chalk, they have graduated to using projector and computer, which if some of us we don't know about it, you still be lacking behind. You still be looking at it, how can I teach with a projector with and computer. So this and many more are some of the things that will be you have to acquire skills about, and some of the things that we'll be talking about in today's seminar. So if you are among us, you are guaranteed that you are going to learn something new. I mean, when I say new, I mean something new that you have probably not been using before in your career as a teacher, or that you have used before but you don't know You must have heard of it before, but you don't know how to actually make use of it in that particular way, that in this particular way that we are going to put you through. So we are going to look at some of the um, areas where people that are teaching will definitely lead. Let's say, for example, now this issue of coronavirus pandemic, everybody, government is saying sit at home, don't travel, don't do this, don't do that. And we want to still uh, work. We want to work because there is need for us to get something on our table whereby our kids, our wives can get something to eat. Because when you work, you expect something to in return. That is, when you carry out a service, you expected something back in return as your incentive or your remuneration or something that is entitled you are that is your right to collect from the person you render that service for. So if you are still backward in this era, some things will leave you behind. Like for example, now some of us we want to start teaching people from home, but we are yet to understand what the what is it called? We don't know what to learn about, as in the case of you understanding. The meeting has started, and we are still expecting more people to join. So most of us we looking at how to teach using computer as a difficult task, but I'm telling you that it is not as difficult as you thought of. So if you have ever used a computer before, what you actually need is the interest in using that computer, and the more you use it, the more you understand it. So the way you use your computer is and that's an added advantage to you presenting using that particular computer. For example, now, if you are going to use PowerPoint to teach your students in the class, you need to first of all understand how to operate keyboard and mouse and every other part of the computer, so that when you want to connect your projector to it and you are now presenting, you will be able to do what understand how you'll be able to use that particular medium to teach your student. So understanding how to use your computer is the first thing. That is, if you are going to use virtual learning or e-learning facility in your school. So when you understand that and you know that already, you'll be able to now use other platforms like the Google Classroom, the Zoom, the Google Meets for physical, or that is video or live conversation with your student. So in today's lesson, we'll be looking at how you can make use of the Google Classroom. So if you are just joining us once more, we have talked about a little during the preamble. Talk about some things that you need to understand before you start working with virtual classroom. That is you before you can use your computer for online teaching. So you need to understand that this idea is something that you must acquire for you to be relevant in this era. And because people are now new technologies are emerging, that you need to fast track so that you'll be able to catch up. Otherwise, most of us will be left behind. Another thing that I also mentioned is that for you to use the virtual classroom, you still need some basic operation skills that in using your computer for you to be able to operate that your computer very well. So as you understand how to use the computer very well, you know how to operate the or work with the virtual classroom or the online platform that you want to use. Now, without wasting much of our time, I would like to introduce to you Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a classroom that is online, made available for free for anybody that wants to make use of it. But as such that it is free, it has some limitations if you want to get more features attached to it. Let's say, for example, if you are using the free version of the Google Classroom, you have access to some parts, some functions of the classroom. You can create, you can add students, you can give assignments, use the resources and different tools available on Google platform. But if you want to be able to assign customized password and some other type of features to the classroom, you also need to what? You need to register G Suite. The G Suite account will allow you to schedule some kind of activities on your calendar. You link it to your account. You send. You upload multiple accounts created for the student into a particular class, and you can distribute students into different classes as and etc. So this allow you to manage and monitor whatever is going on in that particular class. Unlike while you are using a free service and you only have access, like as an individual, you register as a teacher, that your account can be used for your own class and another. But in the case of a school that want to upgrade the Google Classroom can decide. They have a website linked to their Google Suite account. They will be able to create different individuals email address for each of the students linked to their own school account, and they will be able to distribute the accounts to the students, and they can also monitor this account for whatever kind of report they want to make on it. So that is the difference between the individual and the Google and the the school owned account. So, but for now, what we want to talk about now is that it's about the individual account, whereby you want to create a class for yourself by yourself and for the student to be able to communicate with you. So now, if I will start by creating a class, you must have your own email address. That is Google address. That is Gmail account. You must have a Gmail account. You must have created an email account that is for Gmail. And when you want to connect to your classroom, you open your Google. You can use any browser, but it has to be. You have to connect to the search for Google Classroom on the web browser, Google Classroom. When you search for Google Classroom, it takes you to the Google search engine. Just click on Google Classroom. If you have been using it before, it might take you directly to your own classroom or your own account that you have created on Google Classroom. So now mine is opening now. Why? Because I have already created different classes. Created computer programming class, primary 1A, JSS 1A, computer studies class for secondary session. So all these are some of the classes I have created before. So how do you create your own class? When you finish creating your account and from your account, that is from your own Gmail account, if you go from the Google Apps section, there is a part where you can see Google Classroom. Look at it here. There's a part where you can see Google Classroom. So when you click on it here, it's going to go to the classroom, and all you need to do is start creating classes. That is, when I say classes, you start creating the sections of the class that you want. Let's say, for example, now I want to create a class for this seminar. I click on this plus sign. The plus sign here, I'm going to click on it. As the teacher creating the class, you click create class. When I say what did I say? I say create class. You click on create class. Now it's going to ask you, so say using Classroom as a school with students. If so, your school must sign up for a free G Suite for education account before you can use Classroom. G Suite for education lets school decide which Google services their students can use and provide additional privacy and security protection. So all these are some of the things. Just the student cannot use Google Classroom at a school with personal account. So now, but just like what I said earlier on, if you are using the one for the school, there are many other things attached to it, like security, as we said. So, but if you are using it for what is it called? If you are using it for as an individual, like this, you are a teacher, you want to pass your message to the students, and the students are They are already, maybe they have their individual accounts. The student must have their own also individual Google accounts to connect to that your classroom. So what we are saying in essence is that if you, since I'm not creating the one for what is it called, for the school, as a school, I'm not going to follow this method. So but I've read, so as I'm continuing, if because for that of the what is it called, for that of the class, for the school, the student, the you have to have a website attached to it. It's part of the requirement. You have to have a website attached to the account. That is where it will have a kind of a synchronization with the account details as prescribed by Google. So, but for now, because we are just using the class, we are just using an individual teacher to student account. So now, for now, I'm just going to like create the name of this class name now. The name I want to call the class now is I want to give it SacTech seminar. SacTech seminar for teachers. So I'm going to type SacTech online teachers training slash seminar. All right, what section? I said teachers online. Subject: how to teach online. Then what room am I going to use? WhatsApp slash website. WhatsApp group slash website. So just fill it with your own. If you like your own, you want to use what is it called? You want to use uh let me say you want to use your class name. Like the case of the class name, you might say SS1, SS2, GSS1, primary one for the class part. And in this case, in this part here, you want to use a section. You may say primary section. You may say nursery section. You may say secondary section. In the why the subject maths, English, and the room, you say primary 1A, primary 2B, primary 4A, primary 4B, like that. Then when you are done with that, you just click create. So that is going to create the class for you. You can see the ones I have before: computer programming, primary, and then computer studies, like that. It's going to add it to this. You can see SacTech online teachers training seminar. So teachers online. That's the class. Is that clear? This is the class name. That is title, while this is the class. So now it's this we have now in the class. Now we are in the class now. So you have the class as it is. It has been created. If you want to give any information to the students, you use the stream. Like let's say for example now, create and schedule announcement. So in this place here, you can type anything, share something with your students. That is what we call the stream. Well, the stream now, you say you are welcome to the class. You can say you are welcome to the class. Good morning to all the participants. Good morning to all the participants. You are formally welcome to my class. You are formally welcome to my class. So that is it. It's just I'm going to send it to the group. Say post. So when you click post, it's going to make this information available to all the students that visit this page. So that is that. Now another thing that you want to do using that particular using your Google Classroom is you create a classwork. This is one of the aspects that requires your attention. You have to be very, very careful with what you are creating in this aspect. Let's take for example now, you want to create what, and what can you create? You can create assignment, you can create quiz, questions, material, reuse a post, or you create a topic. Now, for example, now I want to create a topic about what? What is a computer? Now I'll say add. I've just created a topic. Under this topic, I can add different things to it. It says student can only see topics with published posts. All right. So now this is a topic that I've created. I can make this topic. I can add different things to it. This particular topic now, after I've created it, I can assign it to all the students so that they can see it, and they can all respond to whatever I want them to answer. For example, if I want this student to get access to this information on this topic, let's say for example now, on this topic now, I want to add some information to this particular topic now. Like maybe I have like a note that I want to add to this particular topic. Like let's say I have a material. I will click on material. Now I will say the title of the material is what, or introduction to computer. Now the description. So you can put that this particular topic is this particular note is for introduction or what is a computer. So now I can add some materials to it. Example, I can go to Google Drive and select something I've already uploaded. I can go to a link, or I select a file from my computer, or I select a video on YouTube that I already know the address before you for free already. Look for the file before you start your lesson, so that when you now start looking or searching for the file on the internet before you use that particular material or resources that you want to add. Let's say for example now I'm going to my computer. I already have something on introduction to computer, so I will just click on file, then I'll go into my computer and search for something in my computer. All right, this one that I was displaying now, they are the ones that I have on my Google Drive, already on my Google Drive. So let me check for something. Let me browse in my computer. If I want to upload something from my computer, then I'll click on upload. Then I click on browse. Then it will take me to my computer, and from there I can find anything I want to upload to that particular topic that I want to share with the student. Let's say I have some materials here, desktop. Then I go into my computer, look for a file that I want to upload. We just let's say I just say introduction. Let me check if there is any introduction. Okay, yeah. Let me just take this one, introduction to HTML online MIC. So I just click on it. It add the file into the to that particular. It upload the file. Once the file is uploaded, then you just push it to that. It attached to the material that you want to see. You can see that it has been attached to that particular thing. But if you are going to create a new one for yourself, like you want to type a note already from by yourself, you then maybe like you follow the Google Docs. But it's better you to save time. It's better you already type whatever you want to type and just attach to it. But if you are going to create directly, you go to the Google Docs, Then you edit the file, and then it is added to it. Let's say, for example, now I open this, it's opened in the Google document. Then I will edit it, type whatever I want to type into it, and then attach it to the file. Let's say, for example, now this is a document in Google Docs. What is a computer? All right, what is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that accepts data as input, processes the data, stores it, and gives information as output. All right, let's just leave it as this. Now I'm going to let me change the name of this. Okay, what's a computer? All right, then that's the name of the file. Then I'm going to save it. All right, let me just press Ctrl S. Ctrl S. The file is saved. Then I can say share. Okay. So the document has been created, and it will be attached to your document, that to your resource that you are creating. Okay. Now let me just copy the link to the document in case I miss it. Okay, that is done. Now let me go back to my account. Okay. Now I can add the document from here. The file that I just created now will be located in my Google Drive. Look at it. So I can just click on it and say insert. So once that is done, it will. All right. So it says I already been attached to it. So this is how you add or create a particular file. So now this file, this notes and this file that I added to it has been already created. So now the topic that I am creating is what is a computer now, and I want all my students to get access to it. If there are just two students on this network, the two students are going to see it. If it is only one student that is available, the one student, only one student, or more than if you have more students, all your students are going to see that particular information. So now, for now, I'm just working based on the number of students that are available. I will say all students. Then I will say post. This information or this lesson notes will be seen by all the students. So whenever the students come, the topic, they will see the notes that are posted to them. So this is the classwork that the students will see for that particular moment. And whenever they are visit the class, or they are invited to the class using a particular link, the student will all see what you want them to see. Then there's the way you can assign a lesson or a note or an assignment to a student individually. So instead of you clicking the all in that place there, welcome back. I hope you understand the method used in creating that class lesson. So in case you want to create a class, that is how you are going to create a class. Now the next thing is how you add people to your class. You click on people. Let's say, for example, you have many students that you want to add to that class. You are going to click add, then you type the email of the student, maybe something like maletician something like this. Mathematician or something, anyone you want to add it to it. Mathematician, that is a mathematician. Then you have another one, mathematician. You add it to the class. It's Sunny. You add it to the class. So you just add like that, then you invite them to the class. When the student sees the email, they are going to join using the link that will be sent to them. So this is how you add students to the class. So for those that will be receiving the information on joining the class, they will join the class and have access to this particular class I have added them to. And you can also add teachers too. If you want to have somebody as a teacher in this particular class that you have created, you can. Let's say, for example, you want to create it for on behalf of some people. You can then add the teachers to the class that you want to add. Let's say, for example, now I want to add mathematician to this particular class as a this thing. I had him as a teacher in this particular class. So that is how you had teachers and students to this class. So and the next thing is how you grade. Grading as for now, the class you don't have any students and no student to grade because it's just like you have a school, you just created a school or a class and you have not admitted any student into the class. If any student have done any work before, you'll be able to grade that student. Let me go out of this class and see and show you how you grade students. Let's say, for example, you have a class like this. The class is this is computer programming class for beginners, and this is the classwork that I gave in this class. There are other ones that you can add to it. These are all the topics that have been covered so far. Then you have people that are in this class. This is a one-on-one class, online class that I engage with a particular student. So now, for grading, this is going to show all the work you have given to the students and the ones that you have marked. Let's say, for example, now I click on this particular student. Click on this particular student. These are the work that the students that have been assigned to the student. And if you click on this particular work, you'll be able to see that you have marked the work that you have marked it, and you have assigned the score to that particular for that particular student. Let us look at the details of this one now. Let's say, for instance, if the student have done this work, yeah, good morning. Yeah, welcome. They can as well come there. Okay, let's say the student this is the assigned work and you assign it, but you can change this point, the grading. This one was not graded before. It's just a lesson for the student to just go through and see whatever. So now, like if it is now graded, when you assign a grade to that particular subject or the particular topic or assignment, is going to be graded. And when the work is being submitted by the student, you can now mark. So that is how it is done. If there is any student online, that student can join the lesson, and I will be able to mark that particular notes, and I will return it back. There is a way you can comment on the notes that has been, on the assignment that has been done. So when you do that, you'll be able to return it back to the student. If there is any comment you have made, the student will take note of it, and the student will be able to return back to you as well. So this is some of the things that you will be doing from time to time on your Google Classroom. And if there is any question that you want to ask me, you can send it to my to the classroom, to the WhatsApp class, and we'll be able to explain more about it. So the WhatsApp class is for now. I think that is the end of the today's lesson, and I hope you all enjoyed what you have learned so far. Okay, this is the link to the class. That is it there. You see, http chat.whatsapp.com slash and etc. like that. So this is the online training for the computer, and that is what we are using for the online training that we do on a weekly basis, weekend mostly. While we also have from that platform, if you are going to join for this particular class, we learn programming, web design, other things. But if you are going to join my teachers training, add my phone number 003361825 for the class for that particular uh, for that of the well, for the teachers corner that I've created, so that you can exchange idea and also learn more new things on how to teach using the online platform that we just mentioned. For today's class, we'll be rounding up on using Google Classroom. Let me go back to it again. The Google Classroom that you have. This is my classes. We have different classes. These are the classes. See the one that we just created for today's lesson. If you click on the class, you see the activities that has been done. In this part, the stream, you share your information to all the students for them to see. Classwork, you type, upload. If you are going to, you create a topic, add notes to it, add resources to it, and it's made available to the student to see. People are those people that you add to the class for them to get access to the resources you have created. You invite them using this link, invite students, invite teachers using that link there. All right, then you invite teachers using this link here. All right, so that is how. Now grading is what you do by assigning scores to the students. Okay, let's say for example, if before you can grade, you must have assigned an assignment or an exercise to the student. On when the student return it back, you can. But before, when you are giving the lesson, when you are giving the assignment, you will be able to what give grade to that. Like for example, now if I'm creating an assignment now, I said assignment. Now the assignment, I said computer assignment, computer assignment one, and I'll say what is a computer. That is number one. Number two, list 4 parts of a computer. Number three, list 2 advantages of using a computer. All right, so now when you do this, you can add points to this particular assignment that you are giving to the student. That is, I made it to what 10 points. Now, what day did you want them to submit it? You can add a date to it. Due dates. What date did you want them to submit this particular assignment? So you can select a date. Maybe you want it to be submitted on the 16th or the next day. So since that's the normal way, you select the date that you want it to be submitted. Then if there is any time you want, that is optional. That the date has been assigned as tomorrow. On which topic? On what is a computer. Then if there is any rubrics, that is a guideline, something that will make them to get access or get idea about the question you are giving them, then the student will be able to get those things easily. When you had any rubrics like important information that you want them to have, that get to know about before you why they are reading this particular, why they are answering these questions, then you can add it to it. That's the meaning of what rubrics. So when you are done that, the mark is, well, let me just make it 15 marks so that it will be 5 marks per question. So that is the point. The point will now determine how you mark it. So now I said assign. So assign to all what? All the students. Okay, sorry, I forgot to check that. Now let me check that. Edit. I'm going to edit. Now I want to assign it to who? If you have the student that you want to select, if there are a student that you want, a particular student you want to give, or some selected student you want to give, when you the reason why you are saying this now is that some of the students have not turned in, they have not logged in, so they will be able to, once the students have logged in, and then you'll be able to what, see all the names of the student, then you can click on this name of the student. But for now we are using what, all the students. So then I'm going to click save or assign as it was in the beginning. So now if any students if the students are already logged in, it will show the number of students that I have assigned it to, or the number of students I selected. If any students submit their own, it will show in this turned in. When they submit, when they return their work back, it is going to show the number of students that returned in this turned in. So you will be able to know how many students submitted, how many students are left for you to get their work back submitted to you. So this is how you do grading. When the work comes, you will be able to assign the marks that you want. Out of 10, out of 15, you give them the mark that is based on their mark sheet that you have marked. All right, this is all what's or some of the things that you do on using what, Google Classroom. Okay, this is where we call it a day for this lesson. Thank you very much for listening, and once again, Saka Sherif Alade, SacTech Computer. Thank you.